Hey, Nick. You guys want to keep this as even keel, I know, as possible. You always want to. You don't want to get too high, too low, all that stuff. But when you are in a season like this one and it's shortened and you go through a big win like last night after what you went through this weekend, what does that do for the team's psyche?
Well, I think it just shows us the right way to win hockey games, and we're chasing consistency right now. We're absolutely we're worried about wins and losses, but we're trying to find our game and who we are in a game. And I thought yesterday was a step in the right direction. But again, can we do it again? Can we do it, three times in a row, four times in a row? That's what the good teams do. And we've had that identity for a while here and lost it this year. And that's what we're trying to get back, is that understanding of how consistent we have to play. I know every team tries to find it throughout a year. You're going to have lulls, but there's a standard, and we got closer to that last game.
Yeah, and that's the part that's kind of hard for probably people on the exterior to really understand, because you guys are in a tough stretch right now. You're playing a lot of teams like Tampa and Carolina and Florida coming up, and then you lose the two to Detroit, who are in last. And I know they're a good team, but I mean, does that just speak to what you're talking about? I guess just you guys got to find that consistent level of effort.
Absolutely, and I think our fans have come to expect that out of us. They're passionate fans. They expect a hard brand of hockey. That's the way we played for a long time here. So, the other games we're not good enough, and we know that. And but sometimes you lose yourself, and you got to get back to those things that make us who we are. And I thought we did more of that in the Tampa game. There's still a whole nother level, probably 5 levels to get to, but it's encouraging when you see you get results from the way you play and how hard you are. That's what I think we changed, is just how hard we were in the battles, how consistent we were in our defensive play. It allows you to have some opportunities to score as well, but also minimize the amount of chances, that grade A chances, especially that teams are getting. And that's a good team over there. They're going to get their opportunities, but you want to limit their really good looks, and that's how we've always played and had success. And we're trying to get back to that.
Last one for me. I know you guys, love both your goalies. Obviously, they both can get the job done. Elvis hasn't had a chance to run with it yet this year, and looks like he might have to here. How nice was it, I guess, to see him look like, for sure, the Elvis of last night?
Well, what I noticed to him is just his focus. He was just laser focused in the game. You could tell just the saves he was making, and there's a calmness to his game, intensity. That's when you see Elvis playing at his best. That's kind of the standard he got to last year, and both our goalies. I mean, we're very fortunate to have some really good goalies in this league, and they've kept games from looking pretty ugly. So I'm really happy that he's getting an opportunity to kind of play a little bit more consistent. But anytime either of those guys are in net, we feel very confident back there. But no, it's great for him, obviously, and a year that's kind of been up and down with injuries and never really been able to get going, that he's playing as well as he has right now.
Okay, next we'll go to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thank you, Glenn. Hey, Nick, you talked about consistency. Tortorella's talked about consistency and an identity. How can his idea to sort of simplify and focus on checking, being a very stout defensive team, as he talked about yesterday, how can that help in that direction? Do you see where he's coming from, and see where that might be effective?
Absolutely. I think it just takes all the other guesswork out of everything. Everyone wants to score goals, make this play. There's just so many directions you kind of start going in that you want to make a difference in. But really, the opportunities all come from strong defensive play. And I think we've just thinned ourselves a little bit and trying to do too much and accomplish too much. But really, we need to simplify it. We're just a team that's trying to find our consistency. It's probably the most overused word, but the good teams have that. Every good player, every good team has a consistency about them. And our team has just been up and down all year, as you could tell. And a lot of that just comes from the confidence you have in the defensive zone to, okay, we've locked that down. Now we're comfortable in these 1-0 games. Now we're comfortable in being under pressure and getting out. And now all of a sudden you're getting opportunities because the other team's pressing, the other team's opening up. And, it's been a real good recipe for success with teams that we've had that have been together a little bit longer than we've had a chance to be. So I think that was just the mindset of let's simplify things. Let's take a lot of the guesswork out of our heads and allow us just to play a strong defensive game. And usually you start to find yourself, you start to find an identity. And I think you can see us starting to forge that last game.
Does it give you less to think about or more to think about when you're playing?
Oh, I think less.
Yeah.
A good quote Scott Hartnell told me a long time ago was his coach came up to him and said, "Stop thinking, it hurts the team." I always think of that. A lot of times you overthink, you care so much, you overthink, and it actually slows you down. It makes you look less engaged. It makes you look, less intense because you have so many things running through your head. And I think that's where a lot of guys get caught. There's no doubt that anyone cares in this team. There's no doubt that, we want to make a difference, but I think sometimes you cloud yourself in what it is you need to do. So we're just taking a real simple approach and how we have to have success. And, it worked last night. Tampa's going to be better. We know that, and we have to be better. And we know I just said, there's more levels for us to get to, but we're trying to start at base camp here and just work our way back up.
Was that suggestion for Hartnell specifically, or was that just a general hockey quote?
Yeah, I don't know who the coach was, but that's what he told him. He said, I think Hartsey was struggling at the time, and he said, just stop thinking, it hurts the team. So it's kind of funny. Hartsey brought that comment to the group and made everyone laugh, but it's a great quote.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, next we'll go to Dave Menzel. Go ahead, Dave.
Nick, I don't want to take anything away from what you guys have done, but is there something about playing Tampa that also brings out the best in this team?
I just think you have to have a mindset when you play this team, just with their track record. And obviously we've got some good vibes in this building, but just knowing how hard you have to play against them. We got the best of them 2 years ago. They got the best of us last year. They're hard, competitive games. They're a team that they've just done it the right way for a long time here. So you have to be at your best in order to have success with them, and we seem to rise to that occasion. So I hope guys understand the mindset that we have going into this game is what you need to have against everybody, and and it'll give us a better opportunity against other teams to have more success because we've been able to find it, I guess, against this team, but they're dangerous. They're like I said, they're going to come out harder, and we got to make sure we match that, if not better.
Nick, several of you just flat took the puck to the net last night. You did it. Foodie did it. Line did it. Those are the ones that come to mind. How important is that to have guys just trying to make plays, just trying to, if it's individual, fine. If it's a play like Tex made, whatever, fine, but just making plays.
Well, I think it's so important for your confidence, first of all, but also the mindset that you have. When you're taking pucks to the net, you're bringing people with you, and that's where good things happen. You ask anybody, it's not the most comfortable place for a defender to want to be, is right in front of the net when things are flying, people are coming through. A lot of times you're just whacking it to get it out of there. And now you get to reattack. And but that mindset of taking pucks to the net is just so dangerous for an offensive team, an offensive minded team. And I think we wanted to have more of that, where you're starting to drag people towards the net and creating havoc. And that's a lot of us. That's when we're at our best. When you see us moving our feet going to the net, that's how you're engaged. And we try to make that a focus as well. And we need more of that come Thursday.
I also wanted to ask you about the celebration after Savvy's goal. I know you celebrate every goal, but that one seemed to have a little bit extra to it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Just, it's been a little while for him, and how many good things Savvy does for our team on a nightly basis that go really unappreciated in a lot of eyes because of just how solid of a player he is and a great teammate. He does the dirty work for this team and never complains. So when you see a guy like him score a goal, and we know he likes to be, and he has the offensive ability to do it, but he's taken on a different role for this team. When you see him score, you're thrilled for him, especially back here. And his last big one was here. And it was just it was a cool little storyline from yesterday's game.
You seem to have a particularly emphatic message for him. Do you care to share, or do you remember what you said? Because it looked like you were really I don't know what you were saying to him at that moment.
When I get more excited when guys score than when I score. So I don't even know what I probably said to him. Probably a lot of swear words and a lot of woohoos. So it was fun. It's great. Those are the most fun things when you get in there with the guys, and especially seeing how happy he was. And I think actually Torch says you could hear him screaming on the tape. Savvy's got a pretty loud voice. So it was a big goal at the time too, right? Put us up 2-0. That's a big goal. So just really happy for Savvy.
Thanks, Nick.
Got time for a few more. Next we'll go to Justin Vogt. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Nick. I just wanted to ask you about Zach Dolpe, a guy that you've seen around for the last couple of years, but he's been in and out at times. And last night plays his first game in 2.5 years at the NHL level. And just, he's gone through injuries. He's dedicated himself to the game. I mean, just how cool is it to see a guy like that come in, not just come in, but come in and play well and be a key part of what you're trying to do here?
Yeah, we've become fast friends too. He's a really good guy and just a really good pro. I think he cares a lot about the guys and his role in this team, especially down in Cleveland. He's the captain down there and understands kind of where he fits, but also has the hunger to want to play in this league and has the abilities. You saw that his speed, he can hit, he can skate. At his age, he flies and so he's a guy that can make an impact on the game. And I think he was really excited about getting that opportunity. And he knows, the position that he's in, that he has to make the most of it. And I thought he was a huge shot in the arm for us last game. Just the way he played, he had that breakaway, really good on pucks. And just sometimes you have a veteran guy like that you can put in that spot and help along some of the guys that he's with. It just solidifies your lineup that much more. So I was thrilled for him to see him get in the lineup. And he's a guy that's just never complaining. He just keeps working. He's been on the taxi squad. He's just been going about his business. And you really pull for guys like that.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, well, finally, we'll go to Mark Shea. Go ahead, Mark.
Thanks, Glenn. Hey, Nick. Off day in Florida. I know in a normal world you'd be able to do a lot with that, but teams have started to do things like when Carolina was up in Columbus, they got to do a team golf trip. Are you guys able to start to take more advantage of the off day? Is it loosened up a little bit, or is it still pretty much the same as it's been most of the season?
No, I think what we're trying to do is obviously just be outside. I mean, that's the one thing we hated about being in some of the colder climates, especially during the winter months. You're just locked in your hotel. So we would try to get advantage of. We haven't really set up a team thing yet. We've been just trying to, keep it slowly progressing here. But I'm sure as we go along, we will as things start to open up here, hopefully. But it's just been nice to get outside, go for walks, be by the beach or the boardwalk and see the ocean. So I think guys are just enjoying that feel and getting some sun on your face. So the vitamin D never hurts. And I think just being around, I think that just puts you in a good mood in general. So being able to get out of the hotel is a nice feeling. We're enjoying that right now.
All right, thanks, Nick.